village. If the village is to produce those who will be growing up as Muslims, the village must attend to its own education. So we must establish our own schools. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the first command in the Quran, Iqra, read. And instead of reading the Quran as the beginning of education in Islam, we send our children to the schools which were established by the godless world. And the godless world does an excellent job of producing a child who is no longer growing straight but growing bent. This is why the government of Singapore was so anxious to get the Muslim child from the earliest age. And after the government of Singapore has had the child under its control for about 5 years or so, now you can have the child. See? And so we have our own schools in the Muslim village. And the Quran must form the very foundation of the educational system. There are no such thing as secular subjects. I don't know where that term came from. Secular subjects and religious subjects? What's that? What's the definition of secular? The definition of secular is that from which the sacred has been taken out. Huh? When you take the sacred out, now you get secular. Taking the sacred out means taking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out. Now you get secular. It's haram for a Muslim to pursue education in that foolish way. When you're studying physics, you're not studying a secular subject. There's physics in the Quran. There's biology in the Quran. How you can call them secular subjects? Wallahu ambatakum minal ardi nabata. Surah An-Nuh. And Allah has caused you to grow forth from the earth like trees and plants. So if you want to know about yourself, you better study botany. No? All of this is in the Quran. So how can you pursue the knowledge of these subjects and declare that this is secular knowledge? It is not secular knowledge. It is sacred knowledge, whether it is physics or chemistry or biology or botany or zoology or mathematics. It is not secular, it is sacred. They make it secular in their schools because they take the sacred out. How then can we send our child, put our child in an ocean filled with sharks, when Allah has said in the Quran, Ku anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Protect yourself and protect your wives and protect your children from the fire. And you put your child in an ocean filled with sharks. And when the child is bitten up, and at the age of 14 or 15, a drug addict, now you come to us and you're weeping. Too late. And so the Muslim village has its own educational system. But what I have found in the United States, overwhelming majority of the Muslim schools, Islamic schools in the United States, when you go and look at the children in these schools, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they play, Jazakallah, the way they behave, they are in no essential way different from Uncle Sam's children. The baseball hat backwards, yeah? Baseball hat backwards, the top piece without the sleeve, the blue jeans, and the baggy trousers now, and the trousers has to go down 1 foot lower than your feet. So it has to be crumpled up to come up. any design, any fashion Uncle Sam comes up with, even if it fits a monkey, they follow. Is this what the Islamic school is supposed to produce? If you take a trip to the United States and Canada, and you see the product of the Islamic schools, you will realize they don't have a hope of success. You have to produce a child growing up in the Islamic school who will reflect in his dress, reflect in his language, reflect in his behavior, the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. They're not following Michael Jackson, they're following Muhammad ﷺ. And reflect in the values and character, the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Can you do that with the Islamic school in downtown Sydney? I don't think so. It has failed in the United States, it's going to fail all the rest of the world. But if you have the Islamic school in the Muslim village disconnected from the godless world, there you have a much more healthy environment, a much more positive environment to pursue the quest for knowledge and education successfully, so that the child will grow up representing in his personality the values of Islam. Let us now come to the market.